Let's make some cinnamon rolls. Take an egg and set it out on your counter. Take a stick of butter, cut about 2 tablespoons off, leave the bigger chunk next to the egg. We'll go ahead and melt the smaller piece of butter on the stove top. I'm using a small saucepan on medium heat. Once the butter's melted, turn the heat off and add the milk. When the milk and butter is lukewarm, so slightly warm to touch, add the yeast in. The warm milk and butter will activate the yeast. Mix that around and let's set that aside. In a separate bowl, add in the salt and 1 cup of flour. Mix that around. Now we'll go ahead and add in the sugar. The egg that's been on the countertop should be at room temperature. We'll go ahead and add that in now too. And then we'll add in the butter, milk, and yeast mixture and mix that all around. Okay, so now we can start adding the remainder of the flour. I just do it at about 1/2 cup at a time and then just keep mixing it around until it starts to form a dough ball. I used right at 3 cups of flour here. So I'm kind of just kneading it with my spatula and adding more flour. You know you've added enough flour when you take a clean hand and you touch the dough and it comes back clean. Cover and let it rise in a warm place until it's doubled in size. In a separate small bowl, mix together the sugar and the cinnamon. Now we can start making our cinnamon rolls. So put some flour down on your work surface and begin to roll out the dough. I roll it out into a large rectangle, about 17-18 inches by about 12 inches. Remember the butter that we left out on the countertop? It's soft now, so just go ahead and pat it onto the rolled out dough and then spread it out with a spatula. Sprinkle the butter with the cinnamon sugar mixture. Roll the cinnamon rolls up from the longer edge. Roll as tightly as possible and then seal the end. Cut in half and then cut the halves in half and then cut the quarters into thirds. This will give you 12 evenly sized cinnamon rolls. Spray your baking dish so the cinnamon rolls don't stick to the bottom and arrange the cinnamon rolls in the dish. Now we're going to cover with plastic wrap. We can either let the cinnamon rolls rise immediately or we can place them in the fridge so they can rise in the morning. Bake for 20 minutes or until golden brown on the top outside edges. Cream cheese frosting is the perfect topping for these cinnamon rolls. We have that recipe available separately. The cinnamon rolls are ready to be served and enjoyed.